It's week 16 of the NFL. Here's the kicker, Jake Bates, ready to get this one underway. And off we go from Glendale. A good return as he takes it across the 30. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
You just hope throughout your career, Mike, that you're not on the wrong end of too many games like last week. So many games in the NFL come down to one score. They're very close. And every once in a while, there are multiple score games where you just can't seem to keep it close. They've got to do a better job keeping pace early, get off to a faster start. They want to have a chance. Come the fourth quarter, if this thing's within one score, they're going to feel a lot more comfortable this time around than where they were last week.
They'll throw on first down with Murray. That caught Tony Pollard. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. McBride is the motion man. Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. Open man, that's Devin Duvernay. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it with Tony Pollard. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. McBride is the motion man. Murray now on 2nd down. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Got to get it to the 30. Here comes 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. Duvernay with the grab. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
Sometimes all it takes is that one key block to spring this back. He's just so good in open space. And, man, that was a heck of a run, and it sets up 1st and goal.
Down to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll go with him again. Good blocking, and he's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Cardinals. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Marcus Jones now to return. And and he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their rookie quarterback.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
Back to the air once more on second down. A hit, and he has lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. A toss, left side, caught by his running back.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And he's given defenses across the league a lot to think about when they try to game plan for him. Consider he's currently 2nd in the NFL in quarterback rushing yards. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. McBride is the motion man. 1st down throw for Murray. That's to the left side, taken in by Harrison. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Now he'll run. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Duvernay in motion. 2nd down, Murray. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Murray, the former baseball player, knows how to slide, and he does it here after picking up the 1st down. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Murray. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now a handoff to Pollard. And he will win the race to the pylon. He's in. Tony Pollard. Touchdown, Arizona. That's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He's doubled his season output. He now has 4. Give him a 2nd touchdown on this one. What an opening quarter, Greg. 2 rushing touchdowns in the 1st.
Well, Mike, we kind of had a feeling this might be the case. They told us all week how important it was to get this guy involved early and often, and boy, have they ever. He has made his presence felt here early in this one.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Jones now on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Rams offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Now they'll set up to throw. This one's going to be taken in over the middle.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. Their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as they move the chains on 3rd down.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he pick up the 1st down.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he'll take this forward only to about the 46-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the 1st quarter. The Cardinals have... Here's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down. Back to throw. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he's going to be taken down.
Man, when it works well, the zone read is a thing of beauty. It just adds another dimension to this offense, and if the defense doesn't get a better plan, they're going to continue to do it all day.
He'll drop to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Another shot at it from the 9. 2nd down and goal. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball, and right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up. These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard?
A dive, and he's in. Touchdown, Rams.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cardinals offense and running back Tony Pollard going to take over once again. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Duvernay in motion. On 1st and 10, Murray. Now a screen. Here's Pollard. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Sending a receiver right. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. A really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. On the ground, it's Pollard. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? From the shotgun, it's Murray. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Cardinals line up for a punt. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Offense. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He'll look to throw. Thrown left side. The catch is made.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play. Winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass. Because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time. And he's able to secure a really nice catch.
That's going to keep the drive moving. He's got the 1st down, up past the 25. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. The motion man is Nacua. That's caught by Puka. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Here's a toss, right side. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Here's 3rd and 7. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on third down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. 3rd and long. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Here's Ethan Evans now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Cards offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
What really stood out to me, Mike, was the body language of the middle linebacker prior to the ball being snapped. So often we see the guy who's blitzing, they get a little antsy and they tip their hand. But that wasn't the case here. He times it perfectly, nobody accounts for him, and he comes away with the sack.
And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. On 3rd down, here's Pollard.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
It's Riley Dixon coming on now. And he'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. His kick hangs up, and the fair catch will be taken beyond the 35-yard line. The Rams offense can see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. It's going to be pulled in by Dowdle. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. That's fielded at about the 18. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cardinals offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Murray will throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. One final throw before the break. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with these two teams separated by a touchdown. As we send you to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at Lumen Field in Seattle. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on.
And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. Jones now on the return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Rams offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Now, faking the give. Now a shot here, deep middle.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Motion man set right. First down throw for Murray. They'll look to set up the screen here. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And the defense has it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay. We might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose. And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Now a second down throw for Murray. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points. A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll take this up past the 40, pick up a 5. Here now, 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points, but After that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
The Rams take over first and 10.
Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Rams.
They'll look to throw. That's hauled in on the left by Nacua. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
He'll drop to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. First down away to the 26-yard line. And here's 3rd down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and their running back set to go once more. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. The drive starts. It's a carry by Pollard. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
From the gun, it's Murray. He's going to tuck it and go. Yeah! And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of the defense, and we saw it again here.
The coverage too strong that side. The ball batted away and incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Up the middle, here comes Pollard. Pollard, first down and more. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
Brings up second and 8 at the Rams' 27-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Murray. Taking off. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
We've seen this quarterback have some effective plays with his legs all game today, Mike. He knows when to stay in there and look to pass, but he also knows when it's time to tuck it and go, and he's able to pick up good yardage there.
On first down, it's Murray. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes.
By Kobe Turner. It's a loss of 8. Brings up second and 18 at the 21-yard
So,
line.
3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Pollard running left. And the defense all over this one. They knock him down. It'll go down as a loss of 2.
You know at this point the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Jamel Dean that time. All over him in coverage. So out is Chad Ryland in a big spot here. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Rams offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
First down, Los Angeles.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. The motion man is Nacua. Quick throw here is complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He'll check this down to the running back. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Los Angeles.
Back to the air one more time. First down throw there is incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. He'll look to throw. Now a loose football. The Cardinals have got it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on 4th down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive, but great job here by the defense coming away with the stop, and now we'll see if the offense can come on the field to take advantage of it.
Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. One of the tight ends motions right. Murray now to throw on 1st down. Oh, a loose football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
Well, fortunately for this quarterback, Mike, thanks to the alert play by one of his teammates, they're going to prevent this from being a turnover. It's just so hard as the quarterback. You're trying to keep your eyes downfield. You're trying to keep the plays alive. You have to feel the rush. You have to understand when that clock's going off. That ball either needs to come out or it certainly needs to be protected.
And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, Murray. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense. You don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock, but the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponents...
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Duvernay with the grab. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Murray. He's got his tight end, that's McBride. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. That is well done there, converting on 3rd and 15.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Running here, it's Pollard. Not much room to speak of. He'll take this to the 11. Second down, Murray. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Kyler Murray. Touchdown, Cardinals. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Ryland now. After the TD, he'll send this one away. Jones now on the return. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Back to throw. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Rams back within 7. It's 24-17. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
1st and 10 now from the 36. Again, it's Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. Here's a 2nd and 9. They run it straight ahead with Pollard. Whistles here. We have another stoppage. Timeout called by the defense with 1:53 remaining. 3rd down and 9. They'll motion a tight end right. They'll drop to throw. He's got his man. Complete to Wilson. The Rams use their 3rd and final timeout. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, Pollard. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Now a 3rd and 2. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.
Chad Wyman on for the field goal. A 31-yard attempt. The kick is good.
choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Choose the team you want to start your franchise with. Use the option. It's Week 17 of the NFL.
Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State 4th-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, you're not happy about it. And he will be focused on rectifying those things here.
Trying to get it to T. Higgins. So that brings up 2nd down. From the gun, they go with Algier. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Dak now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. First down, here's Dak. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. And now they face 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Setting up the screen. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
That's caught beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 28. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. Throwing on first is Prescott. Got his target, it's Higgins. That play good for 17 on a 1st down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. On the toss, it's Algier. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Dak to the air here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
The kick by Lutz is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Fielded at the 7. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. And bringing them out now, a quarterback who really knows how to make something exciting happen.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
Jerry Jeudy with the grab. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Connection made to Jeudy. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's 2nd and 2. Finding Jeudy. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Falcons take over on his 5th interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with a pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
The Falcons and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And he's been somebody who can get the scoring done with his legs just as much as his arm. You can see he's top 5 for touchdowns among NFL QBs. Higgins makes the catch. And he's tackled for no gain.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Slot man motioned over. 2nd down, here's Prescott again. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down. Working inside the red zone. This throw is cut. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested.
And look at the footwork there. Touchdown. The Falcons parlay the interception into points. T. Higgins, the touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Younghoe Koo on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons go up 10-zip here in the 1st.
Browns nothing.
Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Return starts at the 3. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. Brought in right side. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4 at the 30-yard line.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. That's more on the quick slant. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Markers reset, ball at the 37. 1st and 10, looking to throw. Judy there to grab it. It's a pickup of 34 yards. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. They are throwing it again. Completed over the middle. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he cannot shake the tackler along the line of scrimmage. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd. He'll throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. It's a 10-0 ball game. We'll return to Huntington Bank Field after this. Ready to go with the second quarter, and it's the Browns with it inside the red zone. First down from the red zone. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
You know, a couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. But how about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And now they're left with 3rd and goal. Looking to the air here. And he will score. It's a clear. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Browns cut it to a field goal game. Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Kickoff taken at the 3. This return makes it up to the 25. The Falcons and T. Higgins back in possession here. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he crosses the sideline a yard or 2 beyond, it looks like the 30. Halfway to the mark, brought in by Mooney. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Award that tackle to Michael Hall. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They send the tight end in motion. Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That one gains 7. And the Falcons will have a first. Here's a handoff for Algier. And they had that one contained right at the line. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They go again with Algier. And his drive up the middle gets him about 3. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. On target to his man Higgins. And this one doesn't go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. The Browns getting their offense out there. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Throwing from the gun. That one complete to Njoku. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
2nd and 10 now. Short pass brought in. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Throwing from the gun here. Finds Judy near the sideline. And he's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
38-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 38. Finds him over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throw reeled in by Njoku. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. 2nd and 3 now.
At the 22-yard line.
He'll throw it yet again. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. Here we go, 2nd and very long. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Pass play coming here. Got a man, it's Njoku. And he's tackled for a short gain.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Falcons ready for their next possession. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Dak off the play fake. Higgins makes the catch. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it's good for an Atlanta first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Pitts brings it in. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10, Prescott. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time. So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know you've got to execute and convert on these third downs.
He had all the distance and just enough accuracy to send it through. And that's going to break our tie and give him a 3-point advantage.
He had the distance dialed. The accuracy, maybe not so much. But from that distance, you could excuse being a little off one way or the other. The upright, it helped him there. And that really is all that matters.
And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. The Browns are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And at the pace he's begun the game throwing the football, Brock, he is in line for a special type of performance if they need to keep throwing it until the end. To throw it on first down. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Finding Jeudy. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Jeudy there to grab it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Here's 2nd and 2. Completed over the middle. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Flush down out to his left. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Let's go. To the air now on 1st and 10. Completed to his running back. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 31. Has him on the quick hitter. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Offense letting the clock reach 3 seconds as they take the timeouts. And they can try a field goal now before halftime. Sly's kick is up and good. And that's going to tie us up just before halftime. And that's the half here in this one. All tied up thanks to that late field goal. Now it's down to... Not everyone's a fan of the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll keep our focus right here. Let's get back to football with the start of the second half. Has this at the 6. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Browns headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. 1st and 10, they're going to throw. The Falcons getting close, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
They really need some chunk yardage here on second down. That one complete to Njoku. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. This offense looking to convert as they come up on third down. Let's go now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Well, the pressure, boy, that sped that whole play up, and it opened up a wide range of outcomes. A hurried throw almost ended up an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack.
Fair catch called for and made. Looks like that's at the 36-yard line. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Falcons will take over. Markers reset. Ball at the 37. First down. Here's Dak. Short pass brought in. Get some space around midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Falcons will have a first.
You want to start a good debate sometime, Kate? Go in an NFL locker room and ask which position is the best athlete. The big guys, the left tackles will tell you it's them. The corners will tell you it's them. But I'll tell you what, these tight ends of today, the way they can run and break tackles and get in the open field, they truly are some of the best athletes on the team.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
I know it from the position of the quarterback, Kate. Sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
The Browns and wide receiver Jerry Jeudy getting set for their next drive. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 now. Hits his running back. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You get to that money down, that third down, you look to your money players, and this tight end is capable of it. Let's give some credit to the defense right there. Did an amazing job, not only sticking to him, but bringing him down before he can move the chains.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And they've taken back the lead.
He connects now for a 3rd time, and that's the biggest of the 3 field goals he's made in this contest. Gives him the lead. Now you turn the keys over to your defense to try and protect it.
Starting from the 5. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. Finds a seam down the middle. Hits the 20. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons need only 1 to take the lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. And with that score, he's reached a benchmark he's long had his eye on. 30 touchdowns in 1 season. And he's going to come away pleased with how well he has played to put up that kind of number this year. Koo on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Koo all lined up and ready to boot this one away. Brings in the kick at the 9. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45. Cleveland's offense all set to take over. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. The Browns, nice field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Blown back, gets the handoff. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Finds him over the middle. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that gives the Browns a first.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 36. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They have themselves another 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now looking to throw. Pass is caught at the 9. And he's going to take this one in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 3rd quarter lead. So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Browns push their lead to 3. The Browns have it on the tee, and they will kick it away here. Returnable from the 2. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Falcons ready for their next series. Let out on offense by their quarterback. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns. Good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can. Putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Ball at the 33 for first down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That's brought in by Mooney. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 39. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That throw was looking for Kyle Pitts. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3. Dak now from the gun. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Dak throwing again. Fits it through the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down. Working inside the red zone. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal. Another throw for Prescott. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now it'll be 2nd and goal. This, our last play of the quarter. They give to Algier from the gun. And he's brought down after a solid gain on what's going to be the final play of the quarter. So they'll have some time to prepare for 3rd and goal. We're at the end of our 3rd quarter. It's Falcons football. A nice little help for them as they trail entering the quarter. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here is Algier. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a 1-yard pickup there. Now a call to make on 4th and goal from the 1.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right? Decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
And we're barely into this quarter, Kate, and already a tied game, a whole new game. Starting from this point, every single possession will be a premium.
Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. And they may say they're not paying attention, but everybody maintaining a constant eye on the current playoff picture. A lot on the line each week for the teams that think they have what it takes to make a run in the postseason. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That one's complete over the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. To the sideline, it's secured by London. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Now a handoff to Algier. And this defense continuing to erase the ground game. This one stopped at the line. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Prescott here from the gun. Builds up this one off to his running back, complete. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started, 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Connection made to Judy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Let's see what they draw up on these 3rd and 7. Back to throw now. He beams one deep right up. He's got it inside the 10. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Has it in close. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. And it's as we expected, partner. We call pass interference, so put it at the spot and give him that 1st down. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
And he's going nowhere there. Add that to what's been a tough afternoon for him. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. 3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
It's one of the biggest moments of the game for Joshua Carty. A very short kick here from the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And late in the 4th, they have grabbed the lead.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now here come the Falcons on offense. They've got 1st down from the 31. 1st down, here's Dak. Got a man, it's London. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
What a clutch play late. He intercepts it. And the Browns have it as he records his 7th interception of the season.
Hey, listen, when you're throwing down the middle of the field, you have got to be crystal clear in your vision. There are so many defenders that can get into those zones. That might be a case of the QB there trying to do a little bit too much and certainly didn't see the defender who comes up with the big interception.
Running it now out of the gun. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Cleveland. Browns holding on to a field goal lead. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. And he works this to the 38 before going down. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Setting up to pass. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. The Falcons take a timeout to their final one, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Another carry for him. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Browns just kneeling out the clock in this victory now.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
With the win in hand, they'll take the knee, let this clock run out.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So to a chorus of bunks from the dog pound, the Browns take the win at home. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently.